Hello viewers. As you know, this week from the thumbnail, you should know what we're going to be looking at. Actually I want to talk to you guys about Gaster Garage. So most of you may be thinking that Gaster Garage is actually a company of some sort and advertising. No, actually Gaster Garage is a trademark, you would say. It's me and my friends, we came up with this trademark to develop our talent and also to embrace our talent in our car culture. So let's get to it. So in this video we shall be diagnosing and fixing faulty ignition coils or a distributor, because we have a misfire in this vehicle. I'll be showing you shortly what's going on. So when I came to this vehicle in the morning trying to start it up, it was really misfiring, as in it was almost going off. So actually I had to come in and check things out, because I've just had a heavy expensive repair done with the injector controllers. So I was worried that it would be the same thing. Actually, lucky enough this time it's not. So let's open the hood up and check out what's going on. So we'll pull the latch. So open up the hood. Getting under the hood. To get to the actual ignition coil, it's under this plastic cover. So on this vehicle in particular, you have to take off these 10mm bolts, actually 6 of them. In some other vehicles you may find a plastic cover that you can just pull and it comes off. So I get my 10mm wrench, I put it in. Actually, okay. Now I've actually loosened down all of them. So the cover is actually coming off. So now that the cover is off, this is actually the intake manifold, and if you go down here, these are the 6. So this is a V6, so we have 3 on this side and 3 on the other side of the engine. Now I am going to torque down these bolts holding these ignition coils. I'm going to torque down all of them, and then we start up the car, and I'll show you how to test them one by one. So I get my 10mm wrench, the ratchet, so I put it in, and it's off. The next one, next one. So now that they're loose, you can actually take them down by hand. Make sure that the engine is cold when you're doing this. This is actual aluminium intake manifold, and if it's hot you'll strip the threads, so it's better you do it when it's cold. Now the main thing that you will see is actually you'll hear a rattling sound from the exhaust. It's like an American muscle car sound. Actually that is because one of your cylinders is not firing. So there are 2 things that can cause that. Either it's the ignition coil, or it's actually the spark plug. In some vehicles where you'll be having distributors, I'll be showing you shortly what to do. So the next thing would be to crank the engine. If your vehicle is in a state whereby it cannot start up, you have to take out the ignition coil and inspect for damage. But if it can actually start up, that's the easy option. Go and start up the engine. So moving to the engine bay, what you're going to do is to pull out the ignition coil, real gently. You see the engine is vibrating. That shows that this coil works. The principle behind this is that if the ignition coil has a problem, there will be no change to the sound or the power being produced by the engine. So you do that to the next one, and that's fine. And the next one, and that's fine. So we'll be chopping down the rest on the other side, and we'll be looking for the problem there. So we did find out how to inspect them. So I actually found one on the other side that actually has no change when you lift it out. It's really tight in there, so I cannot show you, but I changed that out and now it's running well. What we're going to do is put back the bolts, yeah, and tie up the ignition coils. So now we shall be putting back the top cover. So we're all done here. We shall shut the hood and get into the vehicle, start it up to see if there's any change. It starts up like a dream. So that's how you inspect for faulty ignition coils. So the thing that should show you that it's actually the ignition coil that's bad is like if your car is hesitating, you know, if one cylinder doesn't actually fire, you lose a lot of power. The engine is working really in a very rough state. So let's listen to the exhaust. Really nice. Now, so in this pickup truck over here, this runs on a distributor and runs spark plug cables to the actual spark plug. Now in this kind of situation, if you have a misfire, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to start up the engine and pull out these cables one at a time, yeah, and you listen for any change in power of the engine or vibration. So when you find the cylinder that shows no change, it should be the cable that's joining them or the plug inside that should be changed. In some cases you may have to replace the whole distributor. It's quite expensive. I think that's basically it for this week. Do subscribe to our channel, like our videos, tell us what to put up on our channel. Since we're new to YouTube, your support is what we live on. From Gaster Garage, Thiban, peace out.